Hey, shalom, shalom. Hey, shalom, shalom. Knock na waha bar sha Allah walakim la thumb. Call Shabawai Baharacha Wakaksho Yahweh Bashim Yahweh. Hey, we the Hebrew Israelites coming to you week in and week out through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh to preach to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, and Israelite foreigners. Nechamatam Kaya Malakwath Hashemayim Korab. Repent, yea, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Call Laim La Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Bashim Chahakodash. Wamashina Kabadim Zakoyim Nawu Wamalakum Show Yesha Allah Hazakoyim Chagadawal Wachsa Washalawam Wabarakam Habachaya Shahakawish Shalawam. So all praise to the Most High Yahweh, which means he exists. Bahashim in the name Yahweh Shai delivers. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Israel, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and mercy, peace, and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom, which means peace. This is Imwas chapter 5 and verse 18, also Amos. It says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. All right, so destruction to those that are seeking and anxiously waiting in the incorrect spirit for the day of the Lord. You see, because you can hope for something in vain. You see, in a lot of the scriptures going into those that are hoping in vain for the day of the Lord. You see, because you have a lot of individuals that don't understand in totality what the day of the Lord is. You see, only the elect understand what the day of the Lord is going to entail. All right, it says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? You see, so if you're hoping in vain, you know, the scriptures say, let's get it real fast. This is 1 Peter 4:18 says, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? You see, so if the righteous are just barely going to make it out of here, you know, what's going to happen to the sinner, those that don't understand the day of the Lord in totality? You see, so those that don't really know what they're asking for, what they're hoping for, you know, they don't really understand what when you go into the word hope, it also goes into expect. They don't know what to expect, and being that they don't know what to expect, you know, they wouldn't have a idea of what end it will be for them. You know, it says the day of the Lord is darkness and not light, as if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went to the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. All right, so that's just basically saying that, you know, if you're not in the correct spirit, you know, you don't understand, you know, what's going on. If you're not part of the elect, you know, there's no way you can get out of the judgment. You see, you can get away from, you know, the famine, the pestilence, not destruction, but it's the different various plagues that happen. But then the destruction is going come around and clean everything up. You see, so whenever the Lord wants to get those unright individuals taken out, then that's when they'll be taken out. But it's no way that those that are not part of the elect is going to be able to get out of judgment. All right, that's ultimately what that's going into. It says, shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it? Let's go to verse 21, though. It says, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell your solemn assemblies. You see, so and I'm applying this to, you know, to modern day Christianity, because a lot of them, they hope on the day of the Lord, you know, but they still into the stuff that the Lord hates. You see, because if you go up to verse 14 and 15 says, seek good and not evil. Verse 15, hate the evil and love the good. All right, a lot of them are loving the evil and hating the good. You see, doing the exact opposite. All right, they're in the incorrect spirit. That's why you go into verse 18, you know. Verse 18 speaks specifically on that, you know, how they desire the day of the Lord, you see, but they don't really know what to expect. You know, they're hoping in vain unless they, at least they repent. All right, it says, Should not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it. All right. But before it gets to this point, if you Negro, Latino, Native American, what's any Haitian, it behooves us to repent, before that day comes. This is Quahalath, also Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1. It says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. So you see, so you want to remember the Lord. You want to repent, before the perilous times come, I just want to go into that Lord's Word of Zedaphan, called like Mla Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Kakudash. A double honors to the elders and apostles of Israel, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, mercy, peace, and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom, which means peace. Layla Tawah, which is good night. Shalom.